So I'm kind of a history buff. You know, my wife's just like, dude, you're just a nerd. You're the only person that keeps the History Channel on, right? Anybody here watch History Channel with me? Yes, I could tell her. Babe, it's not me. It's the whole industry. We watch it, right? So not too long ago, they had a great segment on about a gentleman by the name of Hernando Cortez, right? Hernando Cortez. Hernando Cortez, you guys are contractors. He was a conquistador, right? That was the job of his time, his day and time. So in 1519, Hernando Cortez, he took 100 men, 16 ships, 11 horses, right, and 500 sailors to go after the world's largest treasure, right? Now understand this, ladies and gentlemen. The world's largest treasure at this time was held by the Aztecs, right? It was held by the Aztecs and had been there with the Aztecs for 600 years. Many people tried to go get it. No one was able to get the world's largest treasure for 600 years. Hernando Cortez tells his men, we're going to get the world's largest treasure. All right? So he reminds his men of the vision. He tells his men, hey, he communicates that to them. Here's why, because it's going to change your life forever. Your family, your wives, your children will never live life the same because we're going to get the world's largest treasure. So they set out on this voyage to go get the world's largest treasure. And halfway through the voyage, he has to remind his men of what they're doing and why they're going to do it and how this is going to change life for them forever. And finally, they arrive to the bank. And instead of jumping off the ship like everyone else has done in the past, Hernando Cortez keeps his men there for about 3 days. He just waits and reminds them of the vision, reminds them of what they're doing and why they're doing it, the why behind what they're doing, that they're going to get the world's largest treasure. So all of a sudden, the day of the battle comes, and Hernando Cortez calls his men together for his last pep talk. It's like a coach before you run out on the field for battle. He pulls them in. I can imagine the men thought he was going to tell them more strategy or say, hey, if it gets really bad, meet me over there by the coconut tree so that we can jump back on the ships and get back home to our wives and children. He says what some people consider 3 of the greatest words in history. He pulls his men in together before they go to battle, and he simply says, burn the boats. Burn the boats. So before they go running into battle, ladies and gentlemen, they set their boats on fire. Hernando Cortez tells his men this: if we go home on their ships, not ours. Funny thing happened that day, ladies and gentlemen. They fought well, right? For the first time in 600 years, what no one could get, Hernando Cortez and his men took back to their wives and children. Why? Because they were all in without exception. They had no other option. There was no other way out. They were committed to the vision and had no other way out. My challenge to you as we end this training this morning is, as you go back to your shops, look around and see what challenges or what ships do you have lingering around? What excuses do you have lingering around to make you bail out on giving everything you have to frontline leadership development? And I'm going to ask you to burn the boats. Burn the boats and go all in without exception to make exceptional people. And as a byproduct, you'll see that it will create an exceptional company for you. Remember, my coach always told me, hey, you don't get what you want in life. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you are ruthlessly committed to. And I've understood that through football. I've understood that through business, through marriage, as well as through being a father. Whatever you are ruthlessly committed to, you'll get it. It may take some time, but you'll get it. So I want to challenge you to be ruthlessly committed to developing great frontline leaders. So here's the deal. I want to just thank, as I close, Thomas and Betts for believing in this kind of vision, because a lot of companies don't believe in this kind of vision of empowering people. Because this is a different spin on finances. This is saying, hey, you develop better people, you'll make more money. And here's the deal. We've seen it as we've been partnering together. Developing better people bring happy, healthy employees in, and ultimately, you'll have better companies.